Hello again, everyone. This is me, Chinatsu. How would you respond if I told you this? I'm studying every single hour of the day except sleeping and eating because I want to achieve my dream. I guess there will be two groups of responses for this. Number one, I'm proud of you. That's incredible. Number two, don't push yourself too hard. You don't have to go through pain. In this video, I want to take a moment to reflect on my younger days. When I was in high school studying for uni entrance exams. I have to say, yeah, that experience has shaped who I am today, even though I kind of forgot about it recently. I'm going to talk about my study like crazy phase. I hope you guys enjoy my story. I had to go through so many things like speed bumps, rocks and bricks and wind and hails. Also, there was a strong academic culture in my school. Like getting into top university was unspoken. It was spoken out loud, but it was sort of unspoken mission of the school. I don't want to talk about the routines back then, but I can say it was insane. Full on, we studied like crazy. Like we used to study even during lunch break as well. We were eating and studying, flipping the pages. And now some of you might think like, oh, it's too much. It's even rude. I agree with you now. Some people might say it's important to work hard. Like you need to go through that sort of moment or phase at least once in your lifetime. They are different values and priorities and goals and stuff. So I totally understand it. And another thing to consider is, we go through different phase of life at different timing. So some of you might be in a busy phase. So for you, working hard is important, and I get it. And for others, you might be in more like a relaxing phase. You need to look after yourself, and your health is so important. Some people might think like, oh, Chinatsu is just a girl. She is too young. And some people might go like, wow, that's so relatable. And some people might not fully understand it. And what I say might sound like, I don't know, all like nonsense, right? But it's okay, I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. I think we are all too tired. Like not only me, but we are all tired to prove like what's important in life to people who don't agree with us. So it's okay because we are doing our best with what we have. Knowledge and experience. So it's okay. But what I want to say here is I'm not about to tell you what to do, what education is meant to be. Actually, it's not about it. I do hope I don't sound like, hey, uni is nothing. You don't have to go to university. And that's not my message at all. I'm also not going to talk about, love or the mental thing and, loving yourself kind of thing, because I feel like it's still not right. It doesn't feel right to me to talk about it on social media, even though I value it. You don't have to agree with me. Sorry, it's gonna be more like a casual talk in this video. I hope you get it. I just want you to hear my story and reflect on it together, because it's about study, but it can apply to anything in life. So recently, I started reflecting on my high school days, and the reason being is one of my classmates from high school reached out to me and we started chatting on Instagram. We hadn't spoken for years, and some half-gone memories started coming back to me. Looking back, I think it's not only me, but we truly believed studying hard was everything, and going to a university was everything. So if you don't work hard, you are a loser. You are lazy. You don't deserve happiness, kind of thing. So again, going into a good university meant everything. Now I have to emphasize that it has to be a good university, prestigious university. Like if you go to a TAFE or if you go to, I don't know, like small university, you're like, I don't know, you're not winning the game kind of culture. I can't deny that there was a culture where sort of unspoken vibes, like we kind of looked down on students who were into like art or music because studying was the most the best thing. Again, uni was everything. I was part of the culture, but I regret it. And then another thing is because we are from a small town, I think the teachers, they also wanted us to see the bigger world as well. So to get out of small town, studying hard, it was the only one ticket, right, to the world. We were sort of, I don't know, I hope it doesn't sound wrong, but we were told to believe that if you studied hard, you can get out of this town and you can be happy. So my friends and I talked over this too. I think we both agree with it. I think neither of us completely regret that experience, studying hard, right? Especially the head teacher. He was really serious about universities and he kept saying you have to study, you have to study, you have to go into a good university because in Tokyo, people are walking fast and they go to work and they make money. And we sort of believed that it was what we are meant to be too. And we are supposed to be like that too. But I think now I felt both of us was feeling a bit, something off about it. What I've come to realize recently is back then I've lost one thing. I let go of something important in me. At the time, no time for friends because it's basically a waste of time. I have to study. No time for books, even though I loved reading books back then too. Reading stories about fantasy. It's a waste of time. And nature. What does nature do? Nature doesn't give you A+, so I'm sorry about that kind of thing. I pushed everything away except study. And also I believed I had to suffer if I wanted to be happy. But now when I reflect on myself, I feel, yes, I tried so hard and I'm proud of myself, but there's one thing missing. Obviously, it's not something we can see and it's not something there is no clear definition to measure, but it really matters in life. That is imagination. Look, imagination isn't about imagine your dream house or design. It's also the ability to think for yourself. You ask yourself, you need to ask yourself without checking the answers. Does it feel right for me? You need to ask your feelings too. It's also about empathy. You need to imagine how people would feel. I think this is something irreplaceable in humans, no matter how good computers get. And looking back, what I was missing in my student years was definitely imagination, creativity. We all had it when we were kids, but using your creativity, your imagination is one of the joys in life. But as you grow up, I think it gets pushed away. It kind of gets told to back off because, okay, what does imagination do for your work? What efficiency does imagination bring? Okay, you're talented at making stuff or, making up stories or something, but you need to do this job. Hey, here is the rule. Here is the manual. This is what we are supposed to do. So you just do what they say, whoever that is. And then, so you let go of the imagination, think oh, is it right for me? Is it really what I want to do? And eventually, good or bad doesn't seem to matter anymore. You just work because they tell you to do so. You do it because some people, who are they? You don't know, but people say it's a good thing to do. You're supposed to be like this. You should do this. You shouldn't do it. And actually, it's really scary because in 1995, there was a terrible incident by cult members. There was a horrible thing happened in Tokyo. I still remember that. I forgot if he was or she. They were asked, okay, why did you do it? Right. And the person said, oh, I did it because they told me to do so. I never ever doubt it if it was a wrong thing to do. Now, I'm not going to connect, my study story to cult or anything. But back then, again, as a student, I knew studying was good for me. And I still believe in education. Learning, it's a beautiful thing. But I even doubt if I wanted to study in university. I wanted to study. I wanted to see a bigger, I wanted to see the whole horizon, what's waiting for me. But I'm not sure if I wanted to study in a prestigious university because it was not necessary for me. I kind of believed that was the only one way to be accepted. I was a child who wanted to be accepted and praised, like, hey, you are a good kid. And I feel like that was studying hard was one of the ways like to get it, even though we all don't need it. Like we are great as we are, but to get approval and praise and to be loved. I think back then, I was a teenager, but I thought, I have to do things that people tell me to do so. Otherwise, I'm not good enough, even though I was. And I think we all do this at work or house chores. We don't get that kind of praise, you're doing great, you're already awesome. We are great as we are, but deep down we look for approval, and of course we want to be good people, right? And then sometimes we just want those words from people unconditionally, but sometimes we don't know what we really want, and we just do the stuff that people tell us to do it, or like we try to be the person like along with the image that the society kind of put on. Does it make sense? So I'm not blaming my school, but I just didn't know what drove me back then. But now I kind of understand why I had to study that hard. And I know it's a bit tricky because now there is education involved. So when I say it, I sound like, I'm kind of blaming education and disapproving education. But no, it's more about like, you study because you want to. It's supposed to be. And also status doesn't define who you are too. So again, something is missing. I felt like something was missing, but I didn't know what it was. But I thought I was okay because I was studying hard. Because studying hard was the only one way to make me happy and to make me a better person. And now I'm kind of jealous of other classmates who pursued what they really wanted. Actually, there was a boy. So we were sitting next to each other for 2 years. He was not known for one of the best students. Grade-wise. He sometimes forgot his homework and probably he was not into study that much. However, he liked games like a Nintendo and Switch or something like that. He decided to go to a TAFE to make games, and I can't deny it. Like, I'm not going to deny it, but there was again some atmosphere thinking like, starting to be a game creator, like, what are you doing? Again, there was a strong culture of like, you need to go to a university, but he decided to do it in such an intense uni is everything culture. He knew what he wanted. He didn't give a about what other people would think. And then now I know how grounded he was. And he was actually the person that now I kind of admire. I think that's why I talk about English the way I do now. Like back then, I studied English so hard. Like I repeated one grammar book like 10 times, like very easily. I used to listen to kikutan chant while I was running. Running was supposed to be a relaxing activity, right? To sort of clear my mind. But I was even like studying and drilling running too. So again, I did my best. And I felt like I was better than other people in English, but it was not true. Since I came to Australia, I kept telling you guys, meeting people and working here, language isn't just about rules. I mean, if you stick to rules, of course, you can win in some games, but not in every single game. I hope you guys get it. But it's sad because those skills are sort of looked down upon. It's kind of similar to, studying to be a game creator was looked down because what kind of skills do you need? Those skills are kind of below than the knowledge of the language kind of thing. Do you get it? And I know some people might say like, well, that sounds like an excuse. And for work, you need knowledge. You need to speak with like a good pronunciation and you're not supposed to have a strong accent. And I know what you mean, but it's a shame because I can't find the right statements to it, but I know it's not true. I know what's important to me, and I know what's important now. I just can't express it in words now, but hopefully in the future. I'm proud of myself knowing that, understanding it. I'm kind of unapologetic about it. So recently I reread a book called Flowers to Algernon. For Algernons, I read it in Japanese. The author, Danielle Keyes, got a letter from a Japanese reader. She said this in her letter. Without the ability to care about others, what's the meaning of intelligence? And it kind of, that phrase kind of hits me hard. And I think it applies to this story too. It's not only for study, but also applies to, status and work and whatever you're doing. Because again, without feelings, caring about other people or imagination, like how you would feel and how people would feel, your intelligence doesn't do much. Do you agree with me? Let me finish by talking about English, like one last time. The more serious you get about English, the farther you get from your actual goal. We all deep down understand that what's important in language learning. It's not only about the knowledge. It's not only about vocabularies and grammar and all that. But it's sad, once we hear noises on social media, or I don't know, you watch some videos or a social media post, you get insecure. Or you meet a rude person telling you hey, your accent is this, or your English is not good, or something like that. And you lose your confidence and you start doubting yourself and you start thinking oh, I'm not good enough. And then you just go back to study. And then you lose the sense of, you don't even know why you're studying so hard. You just do it because someone tells you to do so and you stop doubting it. But I tell you, no matter how fluent you are or no matter how smart you get, if you can't imagine how your words make people feel, that intelligence is nothing. And even if you have every single certificate, but if you cannot imagine how, I don't know, your behavior would make people feel, you'll be alone. You'll be lonely someday. It's sad because when you're in the trap, you feel pressured. Oh, I need to be accepted. I need to be this kind of person. I need to get this status. You forget what's actually important to you. You'll be like me. This is also the phrase from the book, アルジャーノンに花束を. I don't know how to translate it into English, so I will say it in Japanese. 僕は知ったんです。あんた方が見逃しているもの。人間的な愛情の裏打ちのない知能や教育なんて何の値打ちもないってことです。Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by clicking the like button. And if you've got any questions, comments, let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. All right. I see you in the next video soon.